RMLMonday.com is easy, fun, and simple. Just add the workflow that suits you. Whether you're a small team or a big organization, everyone will know who's doing.
You guys remember on Thanksgiving, y'all can't have everything. Save them sweet potatoes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sweet potatoes.
I'm hyped for Thanksgiving.
Fresh up out the sand, February 10, it's the boy, but I'm still the man. Come and get your mans, I don't know. First you caught their hands and you took the stand. It's a joke, but you say you real, I don't understand. On a yacht, being all the dogs, acting like some dogs. We evolved, used to think vacation meant Niagara Falls. Swear to God,
Who's
shot
this
the
in the chat
buffalo,
already?
never ducking low.
Hey, what's going on? We about to get started in a second, man. We gotta loosen up, get ready to go. What's up, you're Molly?
DG was long at that concert.
Yo, DG was going off, son. That man still hurting. That man still hurt from that concert,
We
bro.
went 2 nights at
What's
the
good,
Drake
Pete?
Amigos concert.
Can have everything, I want everything. What's up, Mama? Appreciate you coming in. Hey, appreciate those donations yesterday, too. Appreciate those donations. We'll start in a second. The topic is today, be thankful, especially with Thanksgiving right around the corner. It fits perfectly. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Hey, make sure y'all chime in. What's up, Jordan? She was wilding at the concert, too. She was wilding at that concert.
Yeah,
Jordan
Jordan was going in.
She's like, oh my God, Drake the greatest performer of all time.
I want to go back tomorrow. Alright, we about to get started. Yeah. So,
Yo, Grace said, tell Mari hit that danky one.
we about to hit that dank.
Can't have everything, but I want everything.
That's how I feel on Thanksgiving. I want everything.
Hey. Alright, y'all. Another episode. Another time y'all get to see our faces with RML plus you. You. Alright, man. So the topic of conversation today, we talking about being thankful. Being thankful, man. I'm thankful for this guy next to me, my right hand man, Dijuan, aka Dewan Antoine Higgins. Alright. Look, there you go again, son. There you go. Alright, so look. We're talking about being thankful today. With Thanksgiving right around the corner, we feel like this is a very serious topic, a very, very emotional topic for a lot of people, especially around the holidays. It's a topic that really means a lot to me. I know it means a lot, to a lot of people in the chat, everybody, everywhere. And, we really kind of want to talk based on it. So as we're going throughout the live show, we want y'all to comment on certain things that you're thankful for. And feel free to put it in and we'll shout you guys out. But tell us what you're thankful for. So I'll keep reiterating that throughout the chat. But, let's start out with Dijuan, man. What are you thankful for, man? Let's take away 2018, man. One of the greatest years that we've had thus far. A lot of blessings, some ups and downs and everything like that. But what are you thankful for? Let's talk about it.
Well, there's definitely a lot in particular that I'm thankful for. I know it might seem kind of cliche that we're doing this right on the heels, right before Thanksgiving comes around. But I think if you think about actually what's happening right now, I know we were talking about the other day what's going on in California with the wildfires and how many people have lost their homes in the last couple of days and how many people are lost and still trying to find their way around that whole situation. And so, that's pretty devastating. So first and foremost, I'd just probably say I'm thankful for a place to call home, a place to come home, sleep, eat, shelter over my head first and foremost. But I would say that for me personally in particular, the biggest thing I'm thankful for in 2018 is the opportunity to grow. There have been some, challenges, some hurdles, but I also feel like I've, been able to be a little bit tougher from those challenges, a little tougher from facing those hurdles. And sometimes I think that when we talk about being thankful, we always think about the things, the obvious things, the good things, the things that, most people would probably be thankful for. But sometimes we actually need to be thankful for the challenges that we face because they present us with opportunities to grow and be better. So I'm very, very thankful for overcoming, the challenges. And so having that opportunity to be a bit more resilient. What would you say is one thing? Not obviously there's a lot that you're thankful for, but in 2010, what's something new or something that surprised you that you felt like you're not normally thankful for, or you wouldn't think you'd be thankful for, but you definitely were?
No, definitely dope, man. 2018 has been a big year. Hey, appreciate everybody in the chat right now. One of the things I want to just kind of keep reiterating is we want people to chime in on what they're thankful for. I know it's cliche with Thanksgiving around the corner, but chime in, man. We want to hear about what y'all thankful for, and that's what it is. That's what the topic is today, being thankful. But one of the things I'm thankful for in 2018. You want to know what it is, man? And you know what? I'm about to just really break it down for y'all. You know what it is? Being broke.
Okay.
Crazy as that is, right? Being broke.
Tell us about that.
Look, you want to know why? Because I think that sometimes what you have to do is you have to get knocked down off your high horse every once in a while in order for you to kind of rehumble yourself. Look at, evaluate the situation of what it is. See where you constantly make improvements, and obviously we all want our finances to be A1. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be stacking. But this year wasn't the best stacking year for me. I slipped up doing, investing in things maybe I shouldn't have invested in, and I made a lot of mistakes financially. But now it's gonna allow me to grow. But what it did is now I'm just like, oh shoot, I'm a little broke. So it humbled me in a sense. 'Cause I'm like, man, look, I thought I had all this money. I ain't got no money. Okay. But in some sense, I'm thankful for the health and it allowed me to kind of appreciate everything else that was going right in my life. I think that people are so consumed by money all the time. And constantly chasing the dollar, chasing the bag, and a lot of times you don't realize that when you don't have it, it makes you appreciate everything else that's going on in life. So I was able to appreciate more time with my friends, my family, able to appreciate just life in general because look, if my bank account says zero, it says zero. If it said dollar, it said dollar. If it said $2, it said $2. It allowed me to just really, really humble myself and kind of start thinking a little smarter going into 2019 about how I'm going to start setting myself up for success with these finances or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, it allowed me to kind of go back and really kind of, see where that money doesn't create the happiness. And sure enough, man, this has been the best year of my life. 2018 has been a great year for me. Not too many downs, but a lot of ups. So, as we even talking on being thankful, man, one thing I want to ask you, Dijuan, man, when you look back on 2018 as a whole, right? And you can sit there and say, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. In your mind, what was if you could pick one thing that you were really thankful for, right? What are you going to do between now and 2019 to build on that? And then things that necessarily kind of broke you down a little bit, how are you going to make that more of like your come up for next year? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do for next year? Like, because at the end of the day, I think that our failures humble us.
For sure.
So what are you going to do for 2019? What's your goal for 2019?
It's a great question, man. And actually, to kind of piggyback off what you just said, talking about finances, I'm glad you brought being broke up in something that's not necessarily a positive thing, but helps you grow, like you said. Sometimes that's what we need to be thankful for. So for me personally,
I need to spend less time at Barcode. That's
what you be going, you get crazy. So.
Taylor in the chat know what it is.
but yeah. So I would say for me, one thing that I want to take into 2019 is understanding, like I was talking about, that resiliency. Mm-hmm. In order for me to kind of combat those things that I was struggling with, or the uphill battles, mm-hmm. I had to gain a lot bit more discipline. Exactly. So I'm very, very, very thankful for the opportunity because it helped me with my health. It helped me kind of start structuring my finances. It helped me kind of get into a mode of doing the little things on a daily basis to make sure that things are going as smoothly as I want them to. And so that's something that's very new to me. So I'm thankful for that. And that's what I want to take in 2019 is having discipline in all areas of my life so that things can kind of come together more easily because, it's easy to think that as an adult that you've got things covered out and that you can wait to do things and that you can put things off for the next day and that things can get done on Friday if you don't do them Monday.
You can't put things off.
But it's one of those things where I'm slowly starting to realize that having the discipline of taking care of the small things on a daily basis actually helps out in the grand scheme of things because it keeps you, detail orientated and make sure that you're on top of things. So that's one thing I want to take into 2019. My goal is to kind of project that, to make sure I'm disciplined. I have the diligence to do what I need to do on a daily basis. So that's something that, like I said, is kind of just creeped in late 2018 that I'm trying to put that
Trying
at
to
the
build on
forefront.
it. Yeah,
at the
nah, I
forefront of
feel you.
2019.
Hey, guys in the chat, appreciate you chiming in. Look, we're trying to get people involved. We want to hear what you're thankful
Let
for.
us know
So
what you're
please,
thankful for.
please let us know that we need to know what you're thankful for. We want to know, really. We want to know what you're thankful for. We want to know what your goals are for 2019. You know, what kind of held you back a little bit this year that you're not going to let hold you back next year. Let's keep it going, man. We want to make this very interactive. So let us know what you're thankful for. Please let us know, especially Jordan. I know you're sitting over there watching. So tell me what the heck you're thankful for. So I want to hear it. But hey, going into being thankful, man. When I think of even just look at the way RML is right now, man.
Sure.
Like, the fact that we're getting so much good traffic, positive feedback, very positive feedback. And a lot of people want to be a part of the culture. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like a lot of people like, man, yo, I love what you're doing. Let me know when you're doing this. Let me know when you're doing that. Let me know when you're doing this. That's a lot of positive traffic, man, that we would just want to keep promoting. We want people to feel like they're a part of the culture. And I'm very thankful for every single person that has either partaken in any of our events or who looks to partake in our events coming in the future. And often nothing has nothing to do with, like we are a nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? We are a nonprofit that's looking to grow, that's looking to just continue to be better and empower the youth, empower those less fortunate, empower ourselves, So I'm thankful for RML at the end of the day, man. 2018 has been a great year, and I know 2019 is going to be an even better year, man. So
let me ask you this, bro. I think a lot of times on the daily basis, it's easy for us to kind of have tunnel vision, and kind of focus on things that are going on in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think it's important to take a second and think about the things that you should be thankful for? Why is it important to not like block out all the noise and say, you know what, even though things are pretty tough, like there are things in my life that I need to recognize that I'm blessed about? Why is that important, you think?
That's very important. But once again, hey, let us know what you're thankful for. Let us know what you're thankful for. Please, please let us know what you're thankful for. That's what we want people to talk about in the chat. Hey, appreciate you, Unc, man. Hey, I love you, man. Blessings to you. Shoot, look at Martin over there in the chat too.
Oh, hey.
But yeah, please keep letting us know what you're thankful for. But just to kind of chime in onto what you just said, you want to talk a second about why is it important to go back and reflect? It's so important to reflect on everything that goes right, just as hard. Like, actually, I think it's more important to reflect on everything that goes wrong just as much as it's important to reflect on everything that goes right. I think that when you look at the way life is kind of set up, we're so quick to want to forget the setbacks, the adversity, but at the end of the day, that helps us grow into the individuals that we honestly want to become. So a lot of us don't want to put the work in, but a lot of times the work is already done for you by going through what your experiences. Like, your experiences help make you. You know what I'm saying, at the end of the day. So embrace that. Embrace what you've been through, whether it's, whether you've been, got suspended from school, whether you got locked up, whether you had a bad financial year, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, my uncle just said it, there's no future without your past. My uncle just said it, there's no future without your past. So embrace that part of yourself, man. Like, I've had setbacks with, relationships back in, you know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, I think that most for better me, because now I'm just like, man, I know exactly what I want. You know what I'm saying? And so let's even take finances. You have setbacks where you might have invested money into things that you shouldn't invest in. You might have spent more bread than you should have. But at the end of the day, it teaches you a lesson. The best, teacher is our past and our experiences. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, what do you got to say for it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the reason that it's important to do that is to take a second and understand why you should, reflect on things that you should be thankful for, is because if you're only focusing on your shortcomings in one particular time of your life and you're only focusing on the good things in one particular aspect of your life, you're not really looking at the big picture, right? Mm-hmm. And so I'm very, very glad that you said experience. Mm-hmm. Whether your experiences are positive or negative, the experience in general is actually very beneficial to you because it teaches you how to handle that situation the next time in your life, or it gives you a brand new perspective on certain situations. So the thing that I would say why it's very important, because it gives you balance. And we talk about balance, that all the time. We talk about having that balance almost all the time and not leaning one way towards the other too much, or not thinking, or having one thing on your plate too much. It's kind of like when they say, you have a healthy meal. There's certain portions of a meal that you have to have, right? You can't just eat all protein. You can't just eat all fats or all veggies, right? You have to have spread it around. See, I'm trying to get the Thanksgiving theme, you know. I'm trying to make sure.
You're going to be like me and get fat, you know what I'm saying?
You can't just have all sweet potatoes without, you know, your collard greens or your whatever it may be, or some sort of, you know, starch
Absolutely.
or whatever. But basically what I'm trying to say is that having that balance of understanding, you know what, this might be rough right now, but here's a group of things that are constant. We were talking about the other day about friendships, right? And the friends that keep us grounded. And sometimes it's easier to look past that. It's easier to look past the fact that you have relationships in your life that keep you positive, that keep you going for the, you know, the good things in life. And so it's important to take a sec to just think about those things that you can be grateful for and you can be thankful for on a regular basis, not just this time of year, to help remind you how the type of balance that you have in your life, and see if you know, tell yourself if you do have that good balance or not.
Balance is key. Balance is key. And look, hey, just kind of keep reiterating it. Tell us what you're thankful for. Let us know what you're thankful for. Just kind of going through it, man. Hey, Phil Jackson said, thankful for life, family, and friends. That's big. Family and friends. That's what keeps us going every day, in and out. No, I'm not still at the Y. But also want to kind of talk about what Jordan just said. Jordan just said, negativity helped me back. Wait, I can't even say it. But anyway, he said, RML put a big impact on me. To be honest, just being around you taught me how to grow up as a young man and teenager I am today. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. You know that wholeheartedly. I got nothing but love for you, Jordan. And we're going to keep preaching this RML message everywhere we go. So nothing but love. But, hey, keep talking about what you're thankful for. Let us know what you're thankful for.
Keep bringing it in. What are you guys thankful for? You know,
but going back,
be unconventional.
Exactly.
Well.
Let us know what you're thankful for, man. Make this interactive. Let us know what's going on. Shout out to Ryan, everything in the chat, man. Shout out to my boy Stefan, OG Diddy. But hey, balance. Being thankful comes with a lot of balance in our life. You know, I think that sometimes when things seem too perfect, it starts to take a toll on us. You know what I'm saying? Like when things are all going really well, we just like, oh yeah, life is all good. And then sometimes it hits us and we just like, we don't even know how to act. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes things be going crazy, you know, and you like, oh man, like life is good. And then all of a sudden you had a little setback. You're like, oh my God, you know, like you're a little upset. And so I think that balance, you know, not that you want to have those setbacks or you want to have adversity, but I think adversity and setbacks are very important in our lives. And it allows us to appreciate things a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, I'll take even an example. I think that when Dijuan, who's been my best friend since like what, 7th grade or something like that, when he went down to college, it was like different. Like, you know, homeboy used to live right across the street. You know what I'm saying? So like when he left for college, it was different. I didn't have that. I could just run across the street and be like, yo, let's go do something. And like when he would leave and come back, I'd be like, man, like it was just nice kind of having him around. I was more thankful to have the friendship that we did have, and it seemed like we never missed a beat. So I mean that's big, man. The balance thing, I'm glad you brought that up. Is balance is so important in our everyday lives, and that's what we're being thankful and along with other things. But hey, shout out to Stefan. He said, thankful for the criticism. It keeps me going and adds fuel to the fire. Yo, that. Stefan, man, that's big. That. You know what, you know what drives me about Stefan, man? Stefan was that dude in high school where it's like he would give you 1,001% on the baseball field. And he didn't have to be the most talented baseball player, but you just knew that he was going to give you 1,010% every time he stepped up on that diamond. And I think teams respected him more for it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he was able to kind of respect himself. Like he saw the grind he put in, the work he put in, and it allowed him to look back at himself, be like, yo, that man in the mirror, like I'm proud of that person. You know what I'm saying?
I really like the fact that he said, I'm thankful for the criticism. That's actually something that I've been focused on in my personal life. Is I think that sometimes we're too sensitive and we're not welcome to criticism. But for people who always say they want to grow and they always want to be better, how can you not be receptive to some type of criticism? So exactly. I really hate that, because that's not something that you generally say I'm thankful for. But I think that's really good that you can say, you know, I'm thankful for the opportunity for people to tell me where they think I'm lacking, where they think I'm strong, and how I can use that again for that balance in my life. How I can use that to get better in certain areas of my life. So I really like the fact
that's actually a very good point, because let's be real. If somebody always told me that I was always doing the right thing all the time, why would you change? How could you change? How could you evolve to make yourself better? To you know, whether it's your sports, whether it's your job. Whether it's your movement, you know what I'm saying, or just yourself in general. Like, if I never hear anybody ever correct me or say I'm not doing something right, I'm not changing. Why would you change?
Better, right?
You don't change what you don't change what's not broke. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? So hey, but you know, big ups to Martin. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to kind of say it, but Martin, RML is all about promoting a unified, positive culture that inflicts like empowerment amongst ourselves and people around us, and really just trying to promote purpose. So shout out to you, man. Appreciate you coming in the chat. Damali, thankful for my dad, my brothers, and for my ability to learn and acknowledge the understanding I do have. And so my sister just wanted to let everybody know that she's very thankful for her dad. She's thankful for me first, and then everybody else afterwards. No, I'm kidding. Nah, she's very thankful for our family and just being able to grow. And one of the things I'm very proud of my sister is my sister has gone through some adversity in the past, and I think that it's built a stronger her. She's been able to say that she's a stronger woman for it, and she feels herself evolving into a much more stronger young lady. And the one thing about it never affected her schoolwork. It never affected her schoolwork, man. She's an honor student. She don't get nothing less than an A. And if she does, my dad got to hear about it. I got to hear about it. And we don't even like hearing about it. So at this point, we just, we try to run the other way if she said she got to be on a test. Mind you, when I got to be on a test, I was like, look at this.
Hype.
Look at this.
Hype.
Oh, I'm happy. I was thankful.
He was thankful.
I was thankful. Meanwhile, she over here crying when she gets a B, But it just goes to show you, that we all thankful for a lot of different things. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Hey, I'm thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for every single person
100%.
who's chimed in, time in and time out. Every couple weeks that we do this and kind of giving their input. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you guys following the movement. I appreciate the feedback, whether it's events, positive feedback, negative feedback. I appreciate it all, man. It's only just going to help this whole thing grow and evolve into what we want it to be. So. Hey, you got anything?
Yeah, I got one last question, and then I kind of want to, we can close it down. But, I think that the last, couple of years, honestly, maybe just right now, a time in American history, we're starting to realize how divided we can be in certain issues and how we can come together on certain issues. Mm-hmm. So I think sometimes the problem is that we all put ourselves in our own little bubbles, mm-hmm. and we try to think of, all right, what can benefit me? What can benefit me? Is there anything that you could think of as a country, as a people, as just a human being that we can all be thankful for? There's something that we can kind of connect on, that we can all just kind of, say that we're thankful for and share that,
Yeah.
And that not specific to race, religion, or anything like that.
I think the biggest thing that we all could be thankful for is right now, right now. That's what we have. We're guaranteed right now. Unfortunately, a lot of us aren't guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed next week. We're not guaranteed next month, next year, whatever. But be thankful for right now.
Dang, I like that.
It's 9:20, Eastern time. And once it hits 9:21, we won't get 9:20 back again. And I think that it's very important to, in some sense, live in the moment. I think that we get so hyped up on what tomorrow could possibly may or may not bring. And we don't take the time to acknowledge the fact that, this right here is special. Like, what I'm doing right here, my best friend since 7th grade is special. And I'm embracing the moment. And I'm living in right now. And so I really want everybody to kind of take that message, actually. Because I think this is a very powerful thing to really just live in the right now. And when you can understand that and truly live by it, and I get it, like, we all got our stuff going on, and we obviously, you can't sit here and be like, oh, I'm just only thinking about it. But embrace what's going on right now. Embrace the laughs that you have at the dinner table. Embrace watching Sunday Night Football. Embrace just watching our little show. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody kind of takes upon that. But for you, what do you thankful for when you look at the hindsight of everybody?
For sure. I think that one thing that we're all in our own little pockets of life. We all have our own little things going on. But I think that what RML stands for the most is being thankful for the opportunity to shed light on someone else's life.
Exactly.
I think that's one thing that coming back home and being a part of the RML culture, the movement, the things that we're been able to do, and the people that we've been able to affect mm-hmm. through RML. I've been thankful for the opportunity. And I think that's something that no matter who you are, where you are in the world, you can be thankful for the opportunity to go help somebody else. Exactly. There's always something you can do. There's always a small part that you can play. There's always something that you can find, give, whether it be your time or something monetary, that's going to affect somebody else, maybe less fortunate, maybe who needs it at the time more than you.
Exactly.
So I think that's something that we can all be thankful for, and I'm very, very, very thankful that I got to come home, be with my best friend, and be a part of something where that's the main goal.
Exactly.
You know, is to make life better for the next person, and do that as a collaborative effort with other people.
And I think that's huge, man. When you think about RML, man, you don't have to show up to an event to do something. You know, RML is an established culture that we're trying to make as more of a way of life. You know, like if you see somebody that needs help, man, do it. You know, you don't need Jabari to put together an event to do something for the homeless. You don't need RML to, you know, have an event to go do something for the homeless, to do something for less fortunate, to educate kids, to go talk to kids in order for you to be a part of it. You know, it's more of a culture that we set and we want to spread throughout you guys, and, you know, really spread to people that we don't know, to understand that this is just a way of life, man. Living like this is such a humbling feeling. It's such a great feeling, and I'm very thankful for it. You know, I'm thankful for what we're able to do, the impact we're able to have on a lot of people's lives. So, you know, don't RML, like, when you can use it, be like, yo, I'm doing some RML type stuff. Hey, man, that's cool, man. That's the culture, right? That's
shout
the culture.
Us out while you do it.
Yeah, shout us out, man. Look, take a picture, put it on the gram. You know what I'm saying? And you know, one of the biggest things I have to say about when people do stuff for those less fortunate, or you're just doing something to lend a helping hand, don't be afraid to tell anybody about it. Yeah. Don't be afraid to post it. Don't be afraid to take a picture with that homeless person. Don't be afraid to, you know, shine light on yourself, because all you're doing is subconsciously telling somebody else to do the same thing. You're just subconsciously pushing that next person that thinks, exactly. We just want to hand the baton off to everybody that we come in contact with, man. We want to spread a little bit of that culture amongst ourselves, man, and, you know, amongst everybody, I should say. Sorry, but, you know, I appreciate you guys coming in for the chat. I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, man. I hope everybody's safe. You know, Thanksgiving Eve. I hope you guys are safe with your travels and everything. Anything you want?
We just want to close it out. The Red Cross, if you guys have anything right now, you know, like we mentioned earlier, the folks in California, there's over 100,000 people who lost their homes. There's people who don't know where their family members are right now. So if you guys could have, you know, anything small, couple of dollars here or there, $1, you can go to the Red Cross. You can donate to the victims of the wildfires. They're even doing check-ins where people who are lost, if you find people or notice people, they can log in so that their loved ones could know where they are. It's Thanksgiving, guys. You know, if you can, lend a helping hand, even if it's not out there, but in your community, do something. Try to make Thanksgiving for someone else a little bit better.
Exactly.
We hope that you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you for rocking with RML up to this point. You know, big and better things are only to come. So enjoy your holiday. 2019
coming up, and we got a lot of great things coming up. But like we said, man, enjoy the holidays and live in the right now. When you're at that table at Thanksgiving, live in the right now and just embrace the moment. Being around people that you love. Understand that a lot of people don't get the opportunity. So embrace it all. You cherish it, you know, snap the pictures to capture the memories, but, you know, embrace it all with love and blessings, and we want to send our love and blessings to you all. So happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Thanks for rocking with us.
We appreciate y'all.
RML plus you. What it do?